couple months ago, we got a phone call. A customer had concerns about their garage wall. The back wall was leaning away from the home. They came out to their garage and they had a car lift in there, and the car lift had just sank inside the garage and collapsed their garage floor. So they had repaired that and thought their troubles were over. However, the foundation wall kept on leaning over time, and they needed to call, a professional to come out and take care of the issues that they were having. Upon my inspection, I noticed several cracks in the foundation. All cracks tell a story. So the story that these cracks told me was that the house not only had started sliding down the hill, but it also had settled at the same time. So as a result, we need to come up with a custom solution in order to repair this project once and for all. In order to do that, we're installing 7 Stabil-Loc push piers around the structure. Stabil-Loc push piers are a product that is high carbon steel piers that are driven with hydraulics down to bedrock, so they support the foundation instead of the soil. Then we need to stop the roll of the foundation. In order to stop the roll of the foundation, we need to grind down the surface of the wall, and then we're going to epoxy high strength carbon fiber to the wall to wrap everything and hold it in place, so this way it does not continue to lean in the future. So when it comes to foundation issues, there's always causes and then there's symptoms. So the symptom is the cracks. That's what you're seeing, right? This is what's visible to the eye, but we don't have to address the issue here because this is just a symptom. The cause is the foundation settlement. When the foundation settles, it weakens the overall structural integrity of the foundation, and then other factors that previously were not an issue can start to come into play. So if this foundation never settled, this would have never occurred. So in order to fix this, we have to first address the cause, which is the settlement, and that's where the Stabil-Loc push piers come into play. After we've addressed that, now we can address the symptom that you're seeing, which is going to be the roll of the foundation, and that will be addressed with a separate repair, which is the SRS carbon fiber, which is going to wrap this foundation and bind this broken foundation into over here, the solid, strong foundation that never moved. This foundation never settled. So I have a strong tie point where I can tie the broken, compromised foundation into the good, strong foundation. But first, we have to fix the cause, which is the settle. Because they built the garage in an area that had previously been excavated, the load for the soil was not capable of handling the structure above, causing settlement issues. So right now we have a hole dug. We always want to have a minimum of 30 inches below the footing so we can get in here and work. This is our hydraulic ram. This is going to be pushing the segments down until we hit bedrock. This is the starter segment. This is 2 7/8 inch steel with a 2 3/8 inch insert on the inside welded. What we're going to do is take this, get it set directly underneath the middle of the wall. So we measure back to find the middle of the wall, get it set there. Then we're going to take the hydraulic ram and push that down into the ground. After we've done that, we take the inside segment, drop it in, take the hydraulic ram, and push that segment down. And then we take the outer piece, put it there, and drive that down. And we keep on repeating this process until we build up the pressure on the pressure gauge or until we hit bedrock. And then we know it's time to cap the pier off. For now, it's time to start pushing some piers and fixing this home. Step 2 is that we need to stop the roll of the wall. In order to stop the roll of the wall, we worked with SRS carbon fiber in order to develop a custom engineered system to wrap the foundation in carbon fiber, both horizontally and vertically, to make sure that once we arrest the settlement, we would also stop the roll as well. Over here, we're going to try to level this out with the piers, and then we're going to grind this whole surface down and wrap carbon fiber from around that corner all the way down to this side and bind the solid foundation that stayed in place with the weaker part of the foundation. So the piers plus the carbon fiber are going to stop settlement and wrap this and keep it from leaning out in the future.
We're going to apply the bidirectional carbon fiber over all of these vertical cracks, and that's going to provide localized strengthening, and it's going to provide about 35,000 pounds per square foot of strength over each one of those cracks. Then we're going to use the unidirectional to run right around this entire foundation in order to tie the entire thing back together again, and that's what we would call global strengthening. So essentially, we're reinforcing this entire area of foundation now that it's all stabilized. We're going to tie it all back together with carbon fiber, and we're going to utilize the strength of it to essentially pull the entire foundation back together, make sure that these cracks never open up. Where it was broken in multiple sections, the carbon fiber is going to act as essentially a whaler system coming right around this entire foundation to tie the entire thing back, so it's going to prevent a lot of that movement.
When we first arrived to this project, we arrived to a disheveled foundation that was in desperate need of help. Through our hard work and engineering, we were able to come up with a plan and execute it in order to deliver structural integrity to the home, not just for today, but for years and generations to come, whether they decide to pass the home on to a loved one or whether they decide to sell the home is going to retain its value, keep its structural integrity, and overall not have any more structural issues for the rest of time.